inside Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, along with the president of the UFC, Dana White. And Dana, you've had a very busy 48 hours. Can you take us through the timeline, maybe in the last 28 hours, of what you knew and how it all came about?
Yeah, I actually found out on Thursday. And all I have to say is honestly, from what I saw here this evening and the way that things have been handled so far, the Pennsylvania Athletic Commission is the best commission in the United States. Seriously, the way that these guys handle things and the way that things have been done during the fight, before the fight, et cetera, et cetera. The thing that's going on with Nate Marquardt, Pennsylvania laws are unfortunate that the commission can't come out and announce medical records or medical situations with fighters, but I think it's pretty clear to the fans and everybody else that I'm pretty disgusted with Nate Marquardt. He's been cut from the UFC. He won't fight in the UFC ever again. So, got to follow these guidelines with the health and blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is, what Nate Marquardt did is bad enough to be cut from the UFC.
Dana, are you able to shed any light as to what he did?
He didn't pass his medicals. You know what I mean? It's the way that it has to be said here because of the laws and the health and this and all this stuff. You guys know me. You know how I operate. Before anything was said, he's cut. He's done with the UFC. I'm disgusted with him, and he has no business fighting in the UFC.
Now, Dana, I know you and Nate have kind of had a rocky relationship in the past. Maybe not as decorated as you and Tito's beef.
Not
but
really.
Beef nonetheless.
Not really. You know, Nate Marquardt, I would say the exact opposite. Nate Marquardt's done some things, and I'm one of these guys that gives everybody a second chance. We all make mistakes.
Well, I was looking at this as kind of the straw that broke the camel's back based on his past.
No, listen, we all make mistakes. People make mistakes. We're human beings. It's going to happen. You know, it's how you handle it. And Nate Marquardt's a nice guy. I mean, he's a nice guy. He's a sweetheart. He always says the right things and is a nice guy. But, you know, being nice and acting nice and doing the right thing are two different things.
And Dana, this is obviously a sport, and things have happened in the past, not only in MMA, but in every sport. Why did you feel the need to fire him? Why did you think that this was bad enough that he should be fired?
Well, this is one of those situations where, because of the laws in the state of Pennsylvania, Nate Marquardt's going to have to man up and come out and tell the world why he didn't pass his medicals. He's going to have to man up and come out and tell the world why he didn't pass. And when he does that, I think everybody will understand why he was cut from the UFC.
Now, if he does do that, wouldn't you give him another chance? I know you've said in the past before about fighters never fighting again, and you've let him fight. Can he redeem himself in this situation?
I don't know. You guys see what you know, when Nate Marquardt decides to come out and talk to everybody, and you know, if he does or if he doesn't, whatever happens, you know, I know there's all these things out there about me where I can be too whatever. If you really look at how I've treated people and treated fighters over the last 10 years, I give a lot of guys chances, and you know, I know that everybody makes mistakes, and Nate Marquardt has been one of those guys. So for me to come out and say he's not going to fight in the UFC anymore, it's got to be pretty serious. It's not because, oh, Nate and I had some problems, or, you know. Otherwise, if that was the way I felt about Nate Marquardt, would he be headlining a show on Versus? Would he be in the position that he's in the you know, welterweight or middleweight division? No. I've had a good working relationship with Nate Marquardt.